God says today will be the most wonderful day of your life, but there is something important you need to understand right now. Don't ignore this sign. Open this message now and receive what is being revealed to you before this opportunity passes. My beloved child, tomorrow can become a very different day. If beginning today, you are willing to enter it with a renewed heart, for I am preparing a beginning that the weary days behind you cannot prevent. I do not want you to await the dawn in panic, as though missing one sentence or one moment on a screen would cause every good thing to disappear. What I have for you is not so fragile. Blessing does not depend upon a comment or your need to prove your faith before a crowd. I see what lies deeper. Your perseverance when no one applauded, your integrity when compromise would have been easy, and the way you continued to rise, even after believing many times that you had no strength left. Those quiet things have prepared you for a new day. I know you have prayed for a financial turning point, hoping the bills would stop piling up and your responsibilities would no longer keep you awake through the night. There were nights when you counted the money in your hands again and again, then quietly set aside your own needs in order to care for those you love. At times you felt ashamed because you could not do as much as you wanted, and you wondered whether all your effort was leading anywhere. I saw it all, but do not assume that restoration can come only in the form of an unexpected sum of money appearing overnight. I can lead you into increase through a new opportunity, an ability that begins to unfold, a wise decision, a trustworthy partnership, or the discernment that helps you stop the losses that have been quietly continuing for a long time. Tomorrow will not be different from today if you continue repeating the choices that kept you trapped. A new door has little meaning if you walk through it carrying old habits. Therefore, when you pray for abundance, allow me to teach you how to manage what you already have. Look directly at your spending, your debts, and the decisions you keep avoiding. Do not be ashamed to begin with small steps. A clear plan, a modest amount saved, or a task completed with diligence can become the foundation of a greater transformation. I do not merely want to place money in your hands. I want to place wisdom in your mind, so that what you receive will not quickly slip away. I am not opening a way for you simply to silence those who once spoke against you, or make them bow before your success. If you enter the new season with a desire for revenge, bitterness will cast a shadow over the goodness you receive. I lift you not so that you may stand above others, but so that you may live according to the value planted within you. The deepest restoration is not when those who looked down upon you admit they were wrong, but when their words no longer have authority over the way you see yourself. When you no longer need victory in order to prove your worth, you will finally be free enough to use what you gain with gratitude and humility. You have traveled a long road that many people know nothing about. There were days when you were not truly moving forward. You were simply trying not to fall. I still regard that effort as precious. You once believed faith had to appear strong at all times, but I saw another kind of faith within you. Faith that remained even while your voice trembled, while you did not understand what was happening, and during mornings when you continued fulfilling your responsibilities though your heart felt no enthusiasm. I have not overlooked that faithfulness, yet your reward is not a debt I am forced to repay. What I give is not purchased by suffering or tears. It flows from love and is entrusted at the time when you can receive it with maturity. Tomorrow you may wake and find the room unchanged, the numbers not immediately different, and many questions still unanswered, do not assume that hope has failed. Some turning points begin quietly. You may awaken with a clearer idea, a decision you are finally brave enough to make, or a peace that helps you stop delaying. I often open doors through very ordinary things that are easy to overlook: a phone call, an introduction, a small job, a timely meeting, or an opportunity to learn. If you wait only for a dazzling miracle, you may miss the seed lying directly at your feet. Therefore, enter tomorrow with open eyes and ready hands. Do not allow expectation to become passivity. Send the application you prepared. Finish what remains undone. Call the person you need to contact and ask about what you do not understand. If a financial opportunity appears, examine it carefully. Do not let your desire for breakthrough cause you to believe promises of rapid profit, agreements that lack transparency, or people who use urgency to pressure you into a decision. Goodness does not need deception in order to enter your life. The right door can withstand questions, time, and verification. I am breaking the chains within you before your outward circumstances completely change. Those chains may be the fear of lack that keeps you from investing in your abilities, the shame that prevents you from asking for help, or the habit of comparison that causes you to overlook small progress. I want you to stop calling yourself someone who always fails. You have experienced failure, but you are not failure. You have lived through seasons of scarcity, but scarcity is not your permanent name. You can learn, adjust, and begin again with wisdom you did not possess before. Some of the curses you believe are hanging over your life are actually patterns repeated for too long. I am giving you strength to break them through new choices. If your family has lived in financial disorder, you can begin with transparency and planning. If you have used spending to soothe sadness, you can learn to face emotion without damaging your future. If you have lent or given because you feared criticism, you can establish boundaries while keeping a compassionate heart. True liberation is not merely a declaration, it is built when you stop returning to what has repeatedly harmed you. I am also healing the way you see the years that seemed delayed. You were not standing still as you believed. During barren seasons, you learned how to live with less, recognize who was sincere, and understand what was worth preserving. You became more patient, more thoughtful, and less easily deceived by impressive appearances. These lessons will help you preserve what is good when it comes. If the door had opened too early, you might have rushed through it in impatience and lost everything again. Preparation was not delaying you without purpose. It was making your next steps more secure. My beloved child, receive tomorrow as a new opportunity, rather than a deadline by which a miracle must appear. I do not want your faith to collapse, because one particular day does not unfold as you imagined. My faithfulness is greater than your clock, and the road I lead you along sometimes opens one step at a time rather than all at once. Keep hope, but do not demand that your circumstances immediately prove everything. Some things may begin tomorrow, but require time before they bear fruit. Care for the seed, faithfully do your part, and do not dig it up each day, merely to see whether it has grown when the sun rises. Remember that you are still here, still able to choose, and still being given another day to build something good. Begin with gratitude, then take one practical action that brings you closer to stability. Do not spend the whole day searching for signs. Become someone who is ready when opportunity arrives. Keep your speech clean, your work diligent, and your decisions responsible. Do not allow excitement to make you promise too much, nor fear to make you refuse what is worth exploring. I will lead you not through confusion but through peace, clear enough for you to recognize the next step. Tomorrow can become a memorable day, not only because of what you receive, but because of who you decide to become. It may be the day you stop viewing yourself as a victim of circumstances, the day you begin restoring order, the day you say no to a dangerous choice, or the day you courageously enter a small opportunity. Great miracles sometimes begin with changes no one else can see. When your thinking is renewed, your habits are corrected, and your heart is no longer ruled by despair, a different road will gradually appear. I did not lead you this far so that you would return empty-handed, because you are already carrying things that money cannot buy: experience, endurance, discernment, and a heart that still knows how to hope. These are resources with which you can build your future. When external resources arrive, they will meet a person who has already been prepared within. When opportunity appears, you will no longer rush toward it, simply because you are afraid of losing it. When more is entrusted to you, you will know how to preserve, share, and develop it. This is the abundance I desire for you. Not one impressive moment, but a life gradually becoming steady, free, and useful. Therefore, rest tonight without allowing anxiety to keep you awake. Tomorrow does not require you to enter it perfectly. It only asks that you enter with willingness. Carry faith, but also carry wisdom. Expect goodness, but do not neglect responsibility. I am near you in every small decision, every door carefully examined, and every step taken with integrity. A new dawn does not guarantee that every problem will disappear, but it gives you another opportunity to live differently from yesterday. As you remain faithful to that opportunity, you will gradually discover that what I am preparing is not merely a gift placed into your hands, but an entire journey that is making you mature enough to receive, preserve, and transform blessing into a source of life for many others. My beloved child, you cannot see all the protection surrounding your life, but know that you have never had to walk through your difficult days entirely alone. Some dangers passed quietly by, without your awareness. Some doors closed before you could enter, and some roads were redirected to keep you from an unsuitable outcome. I carried you through many moments when you felt you had no strength left, not because you were always strong, but because my grace remained sufficient for every trembling step. The goodness approaching is not a reward for you to boast about your own strength. It is a gift reminding you that even in weakness, I can create a new beginning from the place you believed was completely depleted. I saw you weep through long nights when everyone else was asleep, and you remained awake with questions you did not know how to share. I knew the times you concealed your sadness so your family would not worry more, the moments when you smiled, though your heart was exhausted, and the days when you had only enough strength to complete what was necessary before quietly withdrawing. But darkness cannot forever hold someone who still turns toward the light. Your morning does not have to arrive through a noisy event. It may begin when you recover peace, recognize a new path, or find enough courage to correct what you have postponed. I have not forgotten you during the waiting. I am teaching you to distinguish between impatience and the right time, between what is temporarily attractive and what can remain for the long term. The years you called loss were not entirely empty. Within them, you learned how to rise after disappointment, value sincere people, and recognize the worth of peace. Some things were taken away, yet the empty space helped you see what was truly necessary. Some plans collapsed, yet from them you discovered which foundations were not secure. Some relationships left your life, yet their departure taught you that love cannot exist without respect, and that trust cannot be built upon words alone. I cannot return every day that has passed, but I can transform the lessons of yesterday into seeds for a wiser and more meaningful season. I remember every good thing you did in silence, but do not treat those deeds as a debt I must repay. Kindness is not currency with which blessing is purchased, and tears are not the price you must pay to be loved. What is precious is that you remained compassionate. When you had reason to become bitter, chose forgiveness even when it was difficult, and continued sowing goodness before seeing any results. Those choices protected your heart from becoming hardened by pain. The harvest I desire for you is not merely greater resources, but becoming someone who knows how to receive without pride, give without display, and use what you have to create peace for many people. You once believed detours meant that you had taken the wrong road, but some longer paths you avoid places you were not ready to enter. Some doors closed because what lay behind them was not what you imagined. Some delays helped you avoid impulsive decisions. Some opportunities were withdrawn so that you would realize you should not place all your hope in one person or one plan. I did not arrange suffering to exhaust you, but I can use even what did not unfold as you desired to correct your direction. When you look back, you will understand that not every delay was punishment, and not every loss was failure. Some things left because your future needed a cleaner space. Tomorrow may not change your entire story in one moment, but it can still become the day a new chapter begins. Do not force hope to appear as a brilliant miracle. Let your eyes recognize humble beginnings, an unexpected call, a clear idea, a suitable invitation, a wise decision, or the peace that helps you stop returning to an old path. Great things are often formed from small steps others fail to notice. If you remain faithful to each step, your story will gradually change. The pain may not disappear immediately, but it will no longer write the rest of your life. I know there were times when you felt forgotten, while many others seemed to move ahead more quickly. You saw their success and wondered why your life still contained so many unfinished things. But my beloved, I know your name, the fears you hide, and even the parts of yourself you have not yet found the courage to acknowledge. You do not need to become someone else in order to be seen. Your value does not diminish because you are in a season of preparation. I am not finished with you. What is being formed within may not yet be visible to anyone, but quiet maturity will prevent success from changing you when the true opportunity arrives. You are standing in a valuable place, not because your circumstances are perfect, but because this is where you are being invited to choose differently. You can stop living according to the words that made you feel inferior. You can stop chasing the approval of those who do not know how to value you. You can leave habits that make the future heavier. I am removing what has quietly undermined your stability. Impatience, the habit of diminishing yourself, fear of lack, and the desire to prove your worth through external success. As these things lose their power, you will remain steady, not only when circumstances are favorable, but because your inner life has been brought into order. I am also soothing your heart after the things that disappointed you. You have had to remain guarded for so long that sometimes even goodness makes you suspicious. I do not blame you for that caution, but I do not want the past to close every door to the future. Learn to trust gradually, observe actions, and allow time to test sincerity. You do not have to give complete trust immediately, nor do you need to keep everyone outside, because a few people once wounded you. Wisdom will help you remain open while preserving boundaries, love while not losing yourself. Do not allow present circumstances to convince you that everything will remain this way forever. Financial scarcity can be transformed through new opportunities, discipline, and wise management. Emotional pain can be healed when you become honest, seek support, and stop returning to places that repeatedly wound you. Inner exhaustion can be relieved when you allow yourself to rest, reduce burdens that do not belong to you, and stop trying to control every outcome. I do not promise that every problem will disappear overnight, but I will give you enough light to take the next step. You do not need to confront those who said you would never succeed. Let your renewed life speak in place of every argument. I do not lift you to humiliate others, nor do I give you goodness merely so you can prove them wrong. I want you to mature until the doubts of others no longer cause you to lose your balance. When you no longer need their failure in order to feel victorious, you will truly be free. Peaceful success has greater power than retaliation because it does not allow bitterness to enter the place where blessing is being cultivated. There is something I am placing in your hands, but first you must learn how to hold it with humility. It may be a new responsibility, a work opportunity, a resource, or a healthy relationship. When it comes, do not rush into it through blind excitement. Examine it, pray, ask the necessary questions, and preserve your principles. Goodness will not require you to sacrifice integrity. The right door may demand effort, but it will not force you to live in confusion or conceal the truth. I want you not only to receive, but also to discern, protect, and develop what you receive, my beloved child. Lift your head, not because you know the whole future, but because you know the past no longer needs to lead you. Those who once saw you suffer may eventually recognize the change, but that is not your goal. Your goal is to become more peaceful, steady, and free. I am leading you from the feeling of abandonment into the understanding that you are still loved, still purposeful, and still capable of building many good things. Continue walking, but do not try to run faster than your own maturity. Receive hope without abandoning wisdom. Believe in what is new while doing today's responsibilities. Well, I have not forgotten you. I am shaping you so that when the harvest comes, you will not only rejoice because more has been placed in your hands, but also recognize that you have become someone deep enough to turn what you receive into support for your family and those around you. That is true elevation. Not only circumstances changing, but your heart being renewed so that goodness can remain, my beloved child. A new chapter is opening before you, not because you performed a sign on a screen, but because you have traveled far enough to understand that faithfulness is revealed through the way you live. Choose and continue moving through days when results remain unseen. I know your name, know what you asked for in secret, and know the needs you never dared to speak aloud. Not one sigh has been dismissed, and not one effort to rise has been forgotten. Yet do not imagine that my love is locked away in distant scrolls, waiting for you to press a button before it can be released. I do not exchange favor for likes, comments, or public displays. I look into your heart where only. I know how hard you have fought not to surrender what is good many times. You wondered whether your prayers were disappearing into silence. You saw time passing while the bills remained, responsibilities stayed heavy, and certain doors did not open. You watched others receive what they desired, and quietly asked why your portion was delayed. I understand that weariness, but I want you to remember that waiting is not proof that you have been forgotten. Some prayers are being answered differently from what you imagine. Sometimes I do not immediately give you an outcome, but first give you the discernment to avoid a wrong decision. Sometimes I do not remove the trial at once, but teach you how to stand so firmly that the trial no longer determines who you are. My provision may come through very ordinary paths. It may be a work opportunity you once dismissed, a skill you need to learn, a timely introduction, or a decision that stops a loss that has continued too long. Do not wait only for something great to descend from above, while ignoring the small seeds already placed in your hands. I often begin new work through humble things because they teach you how to care for, develop, and preserve what you receive. If you are faithful with a small opportunity, you may discover that it opens far more than you expected. But if you seek only an overwhelming feeling, you may miss the very door you prayed for. You do not need to perform a symbolic action to gain my attention. The most sincere declaration of faith is not written through a number or comment, but through your decision to continue living honestly when no one is watching. It is shown when you complete your work without recognition. Keep a promise when it is inconvenient. Manage your money even when the amount is small, and remain kind when you receive nothing equal in return. These are real seeds. I do not water them with empty promises, but with opportunity, maturity, trustworthy relationships, and the strength to continue doing what is right over time. You are entering a new chapter, but that chapter is not created by pretending yesterday. Never hurt. I am not asking you to erase memories, deny loss, or force yourself to be joyful, while parts of your heart still need healing. What I want is for old pain to lose the right to continue writing your story. You can remember. Without being dragged backward, you can acknowledge that you were wounded, without continuing to live as someone who expects to be wounded again. You can learn from what happened, without allowing it to become a sentence over your future. The door of grief does not close merely because you say, "You are fine." It closes gradually as you stop returning to what depletes you. Learn to seek help, allow yourself to rest, and stop blaming yourself for what was beyond your control. Some days you may still feel sad, and that does not mean you are moving backward. Healing does not always unfold in a straight line. Sometimes you make great progress, then an unexpected memory makes your heart heavy again. In those moments, be gentle with yourself. I am not rushing you, so do not force yourself to recover according to someone else's timeline. I am opening new windows so that you may see life with different eyes. Where you once saw only lack, you will begin recognizing resources already available to you. Where you believed you were incapable, you will see skills that can be developed. Where you waited for someone else to give you an opportunity, you will find the courage to create a direction suited to you. Great transformation often begins when perspective is renewed. When you stop calling yourself someone who always fails, you will stop acting as though failure is your destiny. When you stop believing every door is closed, you will become calm enough to notice the small one beginning to open. I need you to be ready, but readiness does not mean living in tension, afraid that one delayed step will cause all goodness to disappear. Readiness means keeping your mind clear, your work organized, and your heart free from impatience. Prepare your documents, improve your skills, answer important invitations, and investigate carefully before entering an agreement. Do not call every opportunity a blessing simply because it appeared when you were in need. What is suitable will not force you to hide, lie, or decide in panic. I want you to remain open without abandoning discernment. Remember also that what I give you is not intended for you alone. When you receive more resources, use them to create stability, care for your family, and help others within your ability. Do not allow abundance to become a reason for display or a return to habits that once brought chaos. Pay what needs to be paid, set aside something for the future, invest in knowledge, and preserve generosity. Lasting blessing does not merely fill your hands. It makes your way of living more orderly, purposeful, and useful. From this moment, your story can be read differently, not because every difficulty disappears immediately, but because you no longer allow difficulty to define you. Others may see only the times you fell, but I see how you rose. They may remember the days when you lacked, but I am building wisdom within you to create stability. They may think you missed your time, but you are learning how to move in the right direction rather than merely move quickly. As you change the way you live, the next pages will no longer repeat every mistake from the previous ones. You do not need a number to confirm that I am near. My presence is known through the peace that keeps you from panic, the courage that moves you to do what is necessary, and the clarity that helps you refuse what is unsuitable. When you wake and choose to live more responsibly than yesterday, that is a sign. When you forgive while maintaining boundaries, that is a sign. When you stop chasing promises of quick results and patiently build what lasts, that is a sign. These signs make little noise, but they possess the power to transform an entire life. I am leading you away from the need for approval. You do not need everyone to understand your journey, agree with your decisions, or witness the moment when you begin again. Some good things must be nurtured in silence before they are revealed. Protect your early plans from unnecessary doubt. Share them with people who can keep confidence, offer sincere counsel, and refuse to pressure you to move faster than your preparation. What grows in peace will be stronger than what is displayed too early, simply to receive praise, my beloved child. Yesterday gave you many lessons, but it has no right to follow you and govern tomorrow. Carry wisdom, but put down shame. Preserve gratitude, but release attachments that have completed their purpose. Remember what needs to be remembered, but do not continue living in the room whose door I am opening for you to leave. Much remains unknown before you, but you do not need to know everything in order to move. Take the nearest right step, and the next one will gradually appear. I do not promise that every prayer will be answered in the form you desire, but I will not allow you to walk through this journey without support. Some prayers are answered through an open door. Others are answered through the strength to leave a wrong one. Still others are answered through a delay that helps you avoid danger. Keep your heart tender enough to recognize answers that do not resemble your expectations. When you trust while still thinking carefully, hope will still acting, and wait will still preparing. You will not miss what is truly right for you. Therefore, enter the new chapter with a lighter heart. Do not carry the need to prove yourself, the fear of lack, or the habit of waiting for a miracle to perform your responsibilities. I am beside you in every plan that is corrected, every wise decision, and every faithful action. What is new is not only what is coming toward you. What is new is the person being formed within you. When order, peace, and courage take root inside you, you will become mature enough to receive, preserve, and transform every good thing into a source of life for your family and everyone you meet along the way.